Hey girl, hey, and welcome to today's Master Closet Declutter. We are going through and cleaning out our closets and doing a lot of decluttering. As you saw, we had quite a few bags in that intro that I was carrying out of here. I'm so proud of the amount of stuff that we got rid of, and our closets feel so much better. So if you were looking for some decluttering motivation, hold on tight. It is coming at you in today's video. It has been about a year since we went through our closets and kind of decluttered some things, and so it was about time. There was so much that I was skipping past when I would get dressed in the morning, and same with my husband. He's like, I don't wear half of this stuff, so we wanted to go through it and just feel like, okay, everything that we have in our closet we are pulling from at least semi-frequently. Obviously, you've got those few pieces here and there that there's for special occasions. You don't wear them all the time, you don't dress up all the time, and you do need a few of those pieces, but you don't need a whole wardrobe full of things that you just don't wear or you don't feel good in. So that is what we are tackling in today's video. Before we jump into the decluttering motivation, we wanted to go ahead and kind of unload all of the things off the bed. We've got those put away, have the sheets going in the washer, and everything is clean and ready to go, and also gives us a nice flat surface to lay things on, sort through things, and kind of work through this whole decluttering process for doing our wardrobes here.
I was just somebody longing for someone to hold me. It could be anybody, but you chose me somehow. Now I'm crazy, thinking about you all the time, like crazy, knowing you're here by my side. And I was doing fine on my own, but baby, you make me a whole lot better.
For me, I don't like going through my husband's clothes without him, because while I could just easily be like, okay, go through this and we'll discard this and that, there's certain things that he really likes wearing and he knows what fits him, what feels good on him. And so that is one of those things, as far as even sizing and like people being between sizes and the clothes have shrunk, or you have lost weight, or whatever the case is. It's hard to know and kind of make that decision for someone else. So highly recommend, if you can plan some time to like carve out an hour or so to do this with your person and be able to kind of tag team and do it with them. Highly recommend that. Don't throw someone's clothes away unless you just have that relationship to where you can. So yeah, highly recommend that. And he's like, I want you to be here with me, because he's like, I want you to tell me if you like it or not and if it looks good. Because he's like, I don't know how to wear clothes, and he's like, I would like your help. So we just kind of have that relationship where he really likes input, and so do I. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And so we really value each other's input. So it's nice to have someone with you as like moral and emotional support for going through all those clothes, because it's a big job when you haven't tackled this in a while. So highly recommend having a little assistance. Get a friend to do it with you, get some real feedback, and just be ready to get rid of those things that don't make you feel good, because you just don't need that in your closet.
Agree with me, but when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall, and every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you?
And I'm curious, what is one space in your home that you're like, I really need to declutter this, and you just haven't yet? You've put it off for whatever reason. You felt like it was just a lot of work, or just felt completely overwhelmed by it. So I would love to know what that is for you guys down in the comment section. It's always interesting to see everyone's different perspective on things, of what feels just so daunting to others that maybe seems easy to someone else. So curious what you guys are facing and what you're wanting to declutter. I feel like winter is always such a good time to do that, because there's a lot less to get out and do. The holidays are over, and it's just like time to catch up and get everything kind of reset. And especially here at the beginning of the year, it's so nice to kind of have everything put in place and feeling good and ready for a fresh year. And just a little piece of advice here to anyone decluttering with little kids, toddlers around. Double check your donation bags after they've been around them, because my daughter was putting random things into the bag to go and be donated that we didn't particularly want in that said bag. So just from one parent to another, you might want to check that in your decluttering process.
I've been
And for those of you that are decluttering and working along with me, we are halfway through the video. You've been decluttering for almost 10 minutes. So way to go. Look around, look at what you've accomplished and see where you want to end up. And let's keep knocking things out together and get rid of some more stuff and just make your home feel so much more comfortable. And this is the after of Dean's closet, and then next up we will be moving on to mine, but I am so proud of him. His clothing actually has room to breathe, which is so nice. It looks so much better. And now we are on to mine. I don't have a lot. It's not just exploding out and completely just utterly disorganized. I just have a bit more than I really need, and just so much that I am picking around with. The last time I did my closet, I was just a few months postpartum, so I felt like it was really hard to narrow down what I wanted to eliminate. And now that I am a year and a half postpartum, I am definitely feeling a lot more comfortable in my body, knowing what I like, knowing what I enjoy wearing, what I feel comfortable in, and knowing exactly what I feel like I can definitely get rid of this. So I get rid of a lot. I fill up this entire IKEA bag. It is like mounded over by the time I'm done, which felt so good. And if you know how big an IKEA bag is, you know how much clothing that is. And it just, yeah, it feels so good to move it along to someone else who will enjoy it and feel better and more comfortable in it than I did. And yeah, it is just so nice and freeing, especially when you're getting dressed in the morning. Gosh, yeah, I'm sorry. I could go on and on about how good it makes me feel in the morning when I'm getting dressed, but highly recommend it. 10 out of 10.
I'm a ticking time bomb that goes off easily. You always know which buttons you should push, baby. I'm a ticking time bomb that goes off easily, but you're still here with me. We're drawn to each other. We try to break it off, but we return to each other. You're the best bad thing that has happened to me. Yeah, you're the best bad thing that has happened to me. The best bad thing that has happened to me. You're the best bad thing that has happened to me. You're the best,
And if you are watching today's video, getting some cleaning motivation, or just enjoying kind of winding down after a very busy mom day, go ahead and leave me an eye emoji, like an eyeball emoji, in the comments. Or if you are cleaning along with me, take a quick little break and leave me a sponge or some sort of cleaning product emoji in the comment section. That way I can know, and I'm always so curious of whether you're watching or you're cleaning with me. So I think that would be fun. So leave me a comment with an emoji down below.
you drive me so mad so easily. Yeah, you're the best bad thing that has happened to me. You drive me so mad so easily. Yeah, you're the best bad thing that has happened to me. Yeah, you're the best bad thing that
right, I am on to the final section of clothes, just my robes and dresses and jackets and that sort of thing over here. So it felt so good to be finally down to this section of clothing. If you've ever decluttered and you kind of get to that last segment, you're like, oh, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I am almost there. I can do this. And so if that is where you are, keep pushing. You're almost there. You are going to love having your space decluttered, and it's going to feel so good in the end. In the middle of it, it gets so overwhelming. And honestly, decluttering is really an emotional process too. And so if you need to take a breath, get some fresh air, step outside, look at something else for a minute, do that. But you can do this, and just remember what's on the other side of it, because you're going to feel so good.
Like helium. Like lemonade, we both know it's bittersweet. This sorrowness will bite your tongue. No one is forever young. No, listen the rhythm. I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward. It's gonna save you. Never look down, love. Not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border, but when we're floating up like helium.
It's so funny to look at my wardrobe now versus pre-kids. Pre-kids, I worked a job, I had like special clothes that I had to wear, and it was more like almost business casual. I wore heels a lot, and now I can't tell you the last time I put on a pair of heels. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I probably should do that more often, but I just haven't. I have wore tennis shoes and sandals and pretty little things like that, but yeah, not heels and things. So it's so interesting to see how your style definitely changes as a mom. Like a lot of you, I'm sure, I am wearing a lot more leggings and a lot more comfy things these days, because I feel like being able to move and chase after toddlers, you almost have to wear athletic wear, and I think that's why most moms do that. But this is a little quick before of my undergarment drawer here. I wanted to switch things out. I've had these organizers for quite a few months now. If you've seen me kind of organize and declutter in my toddler's rooms and my baby girl's nursery, then you have seen me use these, and I absolutely love them. I love them for kids' clothes, for socks, underwear, bras, all the things. They work so well. So I will have these linked in the description box below, and some of my other favorite organization products like from Amazon and whatnot. But highly recommend these. They were really inexpensive, and they just made over this drawer. So you guys will have to stick tight for the after of this one, because it was very satisfying. And then here is a after. I didn't even think to film an actual formal after shot, so this is what it's looking like. But I love that drawer so much more now. It makes finding what I need to a lot easier. And then next we're going to be moving on to my little kind of travel drawer. This is where I keep some extra things that I kind of tuck back away for the girls. It's not terribly messy, but I did want to kind of declutter it and tidy it, because they had gotten in this drawer and kind of played around with things, and so they weren't organized and kind of sorted out like I prefer them to be, and makes them easier for when I'm getting ready to pack. But that is kind of what that situation is looking like, and it doesn't take long. Thankfully, when you don't have much to do and you don't have a lot to declutter, this drawer went really quickly. And now I'm just finishing up with putting away some things that had been in the wash. So just had clean clothes over there that Dean had folded up and laid out for me. So grabbing those, putting everything away where they needed to go. And it felt so nice to actually have a space and room for these to go into, and knowing that, okay, these are things that I enjoy wearing. So these are definitely going to go back into the drawer. And anything that I pulled out that I was like, you know what, I really don't like this, I don't like wearing this, it went ahead and went into the donate pile. So that is what we're tackling, and then we'll be on to a quick after of my closet and how it all turned out here in just a second. Now we are on to another day and just taking out all of the bags of things that we are donating, and it felt so good to get those out of here, have our space back, and give it a nice little tidy. Gonna vacuum the room here in just a minute, but that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far and getting some cleaning motivation, decluttering motivation, and you are ready to tackle your space. If you have made it this far in the video, leave me a pink emoji of some sort in your comment. I would love to kind of see who is making it, who's hanging out the entire time with me, and love to do that. But if you have not liked the video already, please do so down below. Click the like button, as well as let's be virtual cleaning buddies on another day. If you haven't already, join the fam, click the red subscribe button below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.